This conference
Any
will
questions
now be
before I proceed?
recorded.
Yes.
Any questions before I proceed?
No questions.
No.
No, Raj.
No.
Okay. So whenever you're sending, uh, some query to database, right? Select star from employee. You get the data, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So whenever you're sending a query to database, what exactly database is doing? So what database will check first is it will check the syntax, whether it understands the query or not, because you have to send the query in a proper syntax, correct?
Yeah.
For example, if
Yes.
you give from here, if you give a star employee from, will it understand?
Yeah.
Will it understand this query?
No.
You have to send it in a proper way, because every language has a syntax, every language has a grammar. You have to follow the grammar and you have to follow the syntax and send the query accordingly. This is a query language, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So you have to send the query accordingly to database. You should not send the query as you like, as you wish, correct? You have to follow the syntax. Agreed or not?
Yes.
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 So when you send the query to database, what database will do is it will first check the syntax. It will first compile the query. It will compile the query before it execute the query. So as part of the compilation, it will check what is the syntax. Okay.
Okay.
As part of the compilation, it will check the syntax. If the syntax is proper, the compilation will be successful. The database will compile the query, then it will execute the compiled query. The query which is compiled, it will execute that query. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
whenever you send the query to database from a SQL developer client or a SQL Plus client or a Java client, whatever might be the client, you are sending the query to database, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
When you send the query to database will compile the query first. It will compile the query first, then it will execute the query. If there is any problem with the compilation, it will give the error saying that there is a problem with this particular query, correct?
Yeah.
For example,
Yeah.
if I give a star employee from, so I'm sending this query. Obviously, the compilation will be failure. What the database will not compile this query. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
so it will give me an error. It is giving me that. So from keyword is not found where it is expected. Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So the compilation itself is failed. If the query is compiled successfully, then it will execute the query. It will execute the compiled query. It will execute the query which is already compiled. Even in Java also, when you write a Java program, first you are compiling the Java program, then you'll get the dot class file, then you're running the dot class file, the compiled Java program you are running, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Similarly, if you compile the query first, then whatever the query it is already compiled, so then if the compilation is successful, so then it will execute the compiled query. Any question?
No.
No.
So
No.
every time you send the query to database, there are two steps happening in the database. One step is compiling, then second step is executing. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any questions on that?
No.
No,
No.
Raj.
Okay, keep this point in mind. I'll come back to this point again.
Okay.
So now imagine that I want to get the data. I want to, otherwise I want to delete the employee. I want to delete the employee from the employee table. Okay, where employee ID equal to 100. Okay, where
Yeah.
employee ID equal to 100. What is the query I have to write? So there's employee ID. So let's start from employee. So there's employee ID equal 100. I want to delete this record in the employee table. Okay.
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 Tell me the Java program.
So you have to write the query first.
Where? In which line?
String 19. Uh,
Tell me the query.
Select star from.
I want to delete Kathy.
Okay, delete. Okay, then delete.
Delete.
Am I
S-
audible or not? Why are you telling correct? I told you clearly I want to delete the employee record, right?
Actually,
Yes.
I was not able to hear first before that. That's why.
Any problem with your microphone or with any disturbance you're getting?
Now it's perfectly like audible.
Delete from
Employee.
hmm,
Employee,
hmm,
where employee ID equal to
Where
100.
employee ID equal to
what is that? Where employee ID equal to?
100.
100.
So now what should I do here? I wrote a query. Now what should I do?
Execute
Execute update.
in line.
Correct?
20. 20.
Yeah.
Yes.
Execute update query.
Yeah.
Then the record will be deleted. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Suppose if I want to delete the employee where employee ID equal to 200. So I have to change the query again. Correct?
Yes.
200.
Yes.
Okay. So imagine that your company developed a web application, website. Your company developed a website. So if the HR want to delete one particular employee in the database, HR is not a technical person, right? HR is not a technical person. HR doesn't know how to write the queries and all those things, agreed?
Yes.
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 So one employee left the company. Now HR wants to delete that employee record in the database because he is no more working with the company. He left the company. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how HR will delete the employee record in the database? So she is not a technical person. She or he, whoever it is, they are not a technical person. They don't know how to write the query. They don't know how to connect to the database. They don't know how to delete the record from the database. Correct?
Yes.
Agreed or not?
Yes.
So then how will they delete the record from the database? How, because they are the one who is maintaining this employee, right? The employee data. Agreed?
Yeah.
They are the
Yes.
one who is maintaining the employee data. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So they will add a new whenever a new employee joined, they will add a new employee in the database. They will whenever the employee left, they will delete the employee from the database. Correct?
Yes.
If they
Yes.
want to update any salaries, they'll update the salaries. Correct?
Yeah.
But they're not the technical persons. They will not write the queries. They don't write the queries. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then how will they do all these things? So you have to develop one web application. Correct? You have to develop a website. So your company should have a website, and when HR open the website with their username and password, correct?
Yeah.
So in that website, you have given a option. Okay, you have given a option. Enter the employee ID. So there is one text field. It's a text field. Hold on. Your website looks like this. Whatever the website you developed, that website looks like this. So there is a text field, correct? And so there is employee. It is written as employee ID, correct?
Yeah.
EMP ID for time being. The label will be employee ID, correct?
Okay.
So you have to enter the employee ID here, and you mean the HR. HR will open the website. HR will open the website. They will enter the employee ID here, and then there is you can give a button called delete. So when they click on the delete button, there must be some backend program that should run, which will take the input given by the HR. What is the HR gave the input? The backend program should take that input. The backend program should take that input and delete the record from the database. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
That is how it should happen. The HR will not write all those queries. You already developed the application and gave the application to HR. You already developed a portal, a web portal or web application or a website. You gave that website to HR. Now HR is using that website. They will enter the employee ID and click on delete. The record will be deleted. So they will enter the employee ID, they will enter the salary and click on update button. The salary will be updated, correct?
Yes.
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 So if they want to add a new employee, they'll enter the employee ID, employee name, salary, and everything, and click on add. Then a new employee will be added. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
There'll be multiple buttons you are providing: delete button, add button, and update button. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So, for example, if you open www.wellsfargo.com, this is a website, right? So here you have a username and password. You have to click on this button, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
When you
Yes.
click on this button, there's a backend program that is running, which will take the username and what are the input you supplied. You supplied the username and password. It will take this input and validate the username and password, whether it's a valid username and password. There's some backend program which is running behind the scenes, which will take this input and which will validate the user credentials. If it is a valid credentials, it will go and pull the details of that particular user from the database. Correct?
Yes.
It is a
Yes.
valid
Yes.
user. You go and pull the details of that particular user. What is the balance in his account, and what are the transactions made by him? Everything will be pulled from the database, and it will be shown on the screen. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It is
Yes.
a backend program that is running, which will take the input. Correct? If I enter
Yes.
my username and password, it will take my input and it will show my details. If you enter your username and password, it will take that input and show your details. Correct?
Yes.
If
Yes.
the backend program is constructing a query, the backend program is constructing a query based on the input that you supplied. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So similarly, let us assume that this is a backend program. This is the backend program that is running. Let us assume that you enter the employee ID in the front end. You enter the employee ID on the screen and click on delete. Click on delete. Correct? Then there is a backend program that is running, which will take the employee ID as an input. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
So let us assume that there is int emp id equal to 100. So assume that you got this value into this variable from the front end somehow. Forget about how did you get it. From the front end, you got this value into the backend program. How did you get that? Don't worry at this point of time. Correct?
Ye-
Yes.
Yes.
Got this value into this variable. Somehow you got that value. Somehow. From the front end, what are the value you entered on the front end screen? You got that value on the back end program. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you get that? So don't worry about that. I'm not talking about that now. I'll talk about that when I talk about web applications. Okay?
Okay.
Is everyone getting what I'm saying? Please respond.
Yes.
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 So what are the value you entered on the screen? That value you got it to the backend program. That is what is happening in the real time, right? What are the values
Yes.
you're entering in the screen? The backend program is taking those values and the backend program is running according to that values. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at
Yes.
this point of time, I'm asking everyone to assume that somehow you got the value into this variable. What are the value you entered on the screen? This is the value entered on the screen. So you got that value on the backend program. Any questions here?
No.
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 So now what I'll do is I'll just specify delete from employee where emp id equal to, I will just add this emp id. So I am constructing the query. I am constructing the query based on the value entered by the user. If the user enters 100, I'm saying where emp id equal 100 because the value 100 is coming into this variable. Correct?
Mm.
If the
Yes.
user enters 200, so the whatever the value user entered, that value comes into this variable. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Front end, it is coming to back end. How it is coming? Don't worry about this now at this point of time. Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah.
What are the values you're entering on the front end that is coming to backend program? So this is the backend program that is running, and I did not develop the front end screen. I did not develop the front end screen. I'm asking you to assume that there's a front end screen. Someone enter the value called 100 and click on delete. Then the backend program is triggered. In the backend program, you're capturing the value that is entered in the front end into this variable. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Now my program is the way I have written the program. The way I have written the program is I am constructing the query and the value entered by the user. This is how I am constructing the query. How did I construct the query? How did I construct the query? Varalakshmi, I want you to respond.
Yeah, Ramji.
How did I construct the query? What query I constructed here?
Delete from employee where employee ID equal to, and then plus employee ID.
What
Line
is
number.
employee? What is this EMP ID? Is this a variable or not?
Yes, int EMP ID equal to
How
100.
does the value come into this variable? How
I
does
mean,
the value come into this variable?
from user interface.
So whatever the user entered on the screen, correct?
Yeah.
Somehow I'm getting that value into this variable, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm constructing the query based on the EMP ID value. I don't know what value entered by the user in the real time. See here, I just hard coded the value here. I just kept 100 here, but in real time it is not 100. It will get the value from the front end, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So whatever the value you enter the screen, that value will come into this variable. I'm asking you to assume that right now the user entered 100, so the 100 came into this variable. Okay.
Yes.
If user entered 200, if user entered 200, the 200 comes into this variable. There is a you have to write a logic to read the value from the front end and pass that value to back end. I'm not writing that logic here. Getting it?
Yes.
Okay.
So at this point of time, I'm asking everyone to assume that whatever the user entered value on the front end, that value somehow you're capturing that value into the backend program in this variable. If user enters 100, the 100 will come into this variable. If user enters 200, 200 will come into this variable. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
How it is coming? Don't worry now. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now so now whatever the user, if the user enters 100, so my program will run on the back end when he clicks on the delete button, when the HR enter the employee ID, and when the HR click on the delete button, the backend program will be triggered. Now in the backend program, deleting the record, the EMP ID equal to 100 because HR entered the 100. If HR enters the 200, so my query will be like delete from employee where EMP ID equal to 200. Correct?
Yes.
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 I'm concatenating the string plus integer. Then I'm getting a concatenated string, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a string plus integer, correct? It
String
means
percentage. Yes.
concatenated together and I'll get a string. I will get a concatenated string, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm storing that in the string variable, agreed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now my program will work for any value that user enters, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
User enters 100, I need not change my program because whatever the value user enters, that value will directly come into this variable, correct?
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
So now I need not change my program. If HR enters 100 and click on delete, the employee record with value 100 will be deleted. If HR enters 200 and click on delete, the employee record with ID 200 will be deleted. Correct?
Yeah.
There is only one program. I'm not writing multiple programs. Correct?
Yes.
So there is only one program. This program will be triggered when the user click on delete button on the front end.
Yes.
When the user click on the delete button on the front end, the backend program will be triggered so that the backend program will read the value from the front end and construct the query accordingly. So I'm constructing the query dynamically. I'm dynamically constructing the query. Earlier, what I did, I directly gave a EMP ID equal to 100. This is how I gave earlier, correct?
Yes.
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 So, but what is the problem with this approach? I can delete only employee ID 100. I cannot delete employee ID 200. If the user getting it, because my query
Yes.
is always constructed to delete the record with employee ID 100, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
If I want to delete employee ID equal 200, I have to go and modify my program, correct? I have to go
Yeah.
and keep employee ID equal to 200 here. I have to go and modify the program, correct?
Yes.
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 It means my program has to be. Do you think you will modify the program every time in the production?
No.
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 To give your application should be able to handle whatever the input given by the user, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there is only one backend program that is written, which I'm constructing the query dynamically here, where emp id equal to plus emp id. Any questions here?
No.
No.
So now let me run this program. The employee ID with ID 100 will be deleted, correct?
Yes.
Done. Go
Yes.
and check in the. So let's start from employee. You don't have the 100 record, correct?
Yes.
Record. Yes.
So this is what it is happening in real time. In real time, HR will enter the 100 on the screen and click on the delete. The backend program will be triggered. The backend program will read the data from the front end, and the query will be constructed accordingly, and the record will be deleted, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it clear to everyone?
Yes.
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 Yes, Raj.
But what I do is, for time being, I'll keep this program as string emp id. Everything is same, right? I'll keep it in emp id 100. So I'm concatenating this string plus this particular string, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Otherwise, I want to delete the employee with emp name. I want to delete the employee with emp name UIOP.
Yeah.
So you enter that employee name on the screen and click on delete, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You enter the employee name on the screen and click on the delete, then the backend program will be triggered. It will take the value from the front end, correct? So
Yes.
whatever value
Yes.
entered on the screen, that value will be read into this variable, and I'm constructing the query based on the value in the variable.
Yeah.
So it should be single quotes. It should be single quotes because the query should be like where emp name equal to, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Where emp name equal to, the single quote should open, and what is the value entered, that value will come here, and the single quote will close. This is how you have to write the delete query in the table, because the var_char should be in the single quotes, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 So I open the single quote here, equal to single quote, value will come here, and single quote will end here, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now when I run this application, done, go and check, this UI OP will not be there. Okay, there are only two records. Great.
Two record. Yes.
Yes.
So whatever the value user is entering on the screen, my backend program is reading that value, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my query is constructed dynamically. That is what I want everyone to understand. This is how you write the programs in real time. You have to construct the query dynamically. One second. So I hope everyone understood how to construct the queries dynamically based on the value entered by the user, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that clear to everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Raj.
Yes.
Okay. So one more thing. Now, if user enters EMP ID or EMP name, for example, it's EMP name
Ramji, I'm getting resound from you.
from me,
Yes.
resound or you're listening other voice.
No, yours only revoice.
Others, is others getting that?
Yeah. I'm good.
Yes.
For me, it's good.
Resound or you're listening, you're hearing some kid's voice.
No, your voice only is getting double.
I don't know.
Echoing.
Can everyone mute your microphones once?
Okay.
Okay, Divya, unmute your microphone.
Okay, Ramji.
So are you still listening echo?
No, now I'm good.
It means it's not coming from my laptop, right?
Oh,
Okay. So for example, this is a EMP name. Okay. I enter the EMP name here and click on the delete button. This is the delete button. Okay. I just clicked on this button. Then the backend program will be triggered and it will delete the record with EMP name equal to whatever the name I supplied. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Will everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So if I supply, suppose now I am a tester. You developed this application. I am testing this application whether it is working perfectly or not. Correct?
Yeah.
Before I send this application to production so that HR can use it. So before I'm sending it to production, I have to test it first. Then if it is working fine, then I have to send it to production, right? Then
Yeah.
HR people can use it in the production. Agreed?
Yes.
Because we are
Yes.
developing this application and giving the application to HR people, correct? We are the developers who are developing this application. We are writing the backend program. We are developing the front end screen. We are developing the front end screen, backend program, everything. Then we are test. Then after developing it, we have to test it. If it is working fine, then we have to give it for HR people to use it. Correct or not?
Yes.
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 Okay. So now you already developed it. You are a developer. You developed the program. You developed the backend program, and your backend program will read the data from the front end, and it will delete the records in the table. So you already developed it. Okay, you already developed it, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now I'm a tester. I'm testing this application. So now what I'll do is I will open this. I will open the website. I'll open the website. I'll see this front end screen. I'll see the front end screen, right?
Yes.
yeah.
Now
Yes.
what I'll do is I will enter the employee name here. So maybe I'll enter the employee name as ERTY. ERTY, correct? I will enter
Yes.
the employee name as ERTY and click on delete. Then I'll go and check in the database whether the record is deleted or not. If it is deleted, it is working fine, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that is one scenario. I'll give ERTY. Suppose if I give another scenario, I will give you some invalid name, which is not existing in the table. Then it should not delete any record, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I enter Ramji here in the employee name field, if I enter Ramji and click on delete, then I'll go and check in the database. It should not delete any record because there is no record with the name Ramji, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that is all those scenarios I have to test it. I have to give the valid name. I have to give the invalid name, correct?
Yes.
I have to
Yes.
make, as a tester, I have to make sure that all the positive test scenarios and all the negative test scenarios are working fine, correct?
Yes.
Even if I give Ramji and one record is getting deleted, even if there is no employee with name Ramji, but still if it is getting deleted, then there is a problem with your code, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I have to test all these scenarios, agreed or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So now what I'll do is I'll give Ramji in the front end screen. On the front end screen, I'll enter Ramji. So I'll click on delete. Then the backend program will be triggered, and the backend program will read the data from the front end. So it already read the data from the front end, and it is assigned to this variable name. Correct? So
Yes.
now
Yes.
delete from employee where EMP name equal to Ramji. So definitely no records will be deleted. Correct?
Yes.
No records
Yes.
deleted when you run this query. When you call execute update. Correct or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So run a Java application. Okay, so go and check. Is running. So we go and check in the database now. How many records are there? The two records should be there, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because no records are deleted because there is no record with name Ramji, correct?
Yes.
Will everyone agree to this?
Yes.
Yes.
And do you think that my testing is passed or not? Do you think my testing is passed or not?
It passed.
It
Pass.
Pass.
passed.
When you want no record should be deleted.
I tried with a valid name and I tried with an invalid name. Do you think that any other scenario? Do you think any other scenario I have to test it? So assume that you are a tester. You want to test this application if it is working or not. How will you test it? You will give a valid name and you will give an invalid name and make sure that application is behaving properly. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
What else you can think of? What else you can test it? What else you can test it?
Mm,
I can give any name, right? I can give any name. That's my wish. Because
of some.
User is free to enter any text here. In the website, when you enter the when you open the website, for example, in the Wells Fargo website, user is free to enter any text here, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can enter any. You cannot restrict the user there. User is able to enter any text. Agreed or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
You are not restricting the user that you have to enter only this particular text. Agreed or not?
Yes.
User can enter any
Yes.
text. He can enter any text, correct? And he can enter any password here. That is his wish, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Seeing it. So you have to test with whatever the values you want to test, you can test it. With whatever the values you want to test, you can test it. You can enter any username and you can enter any password and make sure that your application is working fine or not, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now what I'll do is I will enter the username like this, because I can enter any value in the in the employee name field, correct? I can enter
Yeah.
any employee name because it's a text field. User can enter any text in the field, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a tester, I'm testing the application. I'm trying to test with different values, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'll do is I will enter like this. I'll give a I'll give a single quote, okay? Or else I'll give maybe I'll give erty. I'll give erty, and then I'll give the single quote. I'll give the single quote, and I can do anything, right? I'll give space. I'll give space or 1 equal to 1. So this is the value I will enter on the text field. On the text field, on the front end screen, I will enter this value, correct? That's my wish. I can enter any value, agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
Or else I will enter like this. That's my wish. I can enter any value. Once again, your TY or ABC equal to ABC. Like this, I'll enter. I will enter this value. I can enter any value. That's my wish, right?
Yeah.
So I will enter this value in the employee name field. In the employee name field, I will enter this value. Now what will happen? What will happen when I enter this value? So when I click on the delete button, the backend program will be triggered, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
in the backend program,
Nothing will get deleted.
hold on. So what are the value entered on the front end, that the backend will read that value, correct?
Yes.
So this is the value entered. This is the value entered. Agreed? That value is read into this variable. Agreed or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now the query will be constructed based on this value, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So delete from employee, where employee name equal to, I open the single quote and the string is closed here. Then I'm putting the employee name. In place of employee name, this entire value will be replaced, correct?
Yeah.
This
Yes.
entire value will be replaced. This string will be kept here, correct?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Control C, Control V. Okay. So this is the string I entered, correct?
Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
is single quote I'm closing, right? I'm opening the single quote here. I'm closing the single quote. I'm closing the single quote here. In place of employee name, I'm getting this value, correct?
Yeah.
Agreed or not?
Yes.
Now tell me
Yes.
what is this concatenated query? Delete from employee where EMP name equal
Employee. I'm going to.
EMP name equal to single quote is opened here, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
And now this string will be concatenated to this string, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The employee name equal to single quote is opened, and this particular string will be concatenated. Great,
Yes.
Yes.
correct? And
Yeah.
finally, this string is also concatenated, so code will be closed. Correct?
Yes.
Now tell me what is the query that is getting constructed here? Delete from employee where EMP name equal to ERTY or ABC equal to ABC. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone agree?
Yes.
This is the query that is constructed from my program.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want everyone to respond here. I can
Yes.
clearly observe that no one is understanding this. If you have any questions, please speak out.
I don't have any questions, Ramji.
Anyone?
Yes.
I am not responding. Are you understanding or not?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I'll ask you questions. Tell me, are you understanding or not? I can't bear that silence. Are you understanding or not? Did you understand my question?
Yes.
Okay, tell me, what did you understand here? You can't waste our time, Yun. You're not at all listening. You're not at all listening. I know that. You're not at all listening. Don't unnecessarily waste your time like this. Do something important if you are not interested here. Just quit from this class and do something important if whichever is required for you. Don't waste your time like this. Don't join for the namesake. Don't join for the namesake. I'm telling you again. Savanthi, what did you understand here? Savanthi? Savanthi? Savanthi, are you there? Savanthi, are you there? Varalakshmi, tell me what did you understand here?
Yeah, we have created we have constructed a query. Delete
No, what is the value entered on the screen?
ERTY or
Hmm.
OBC, sorry, ABC,
TY single quote, and
single
then I
quote,
gave space, and I
space,
gave R. I
space.
entered this value, correct? This particular value, this entire value I entered on the screen, correct?
Yes.
Because I can enter any value on the screen. That's my wish, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
you cannot stop me from entering the value. Because when you gave me a web application, when you gave me a website, I opened the website. Now it's my wish. I can enter any value in the employee name field, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So I entered this particular value and clicked on the delete button. Now the
Yeah.
backend program is triggered. When I click on the delete button on the front end, the backend program is triggered, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The backend program is reading the value that you entered on the screen into this variable, correct?
Yes.
It is
Yes.
reading the value into this variable. How it is reading, don't worry now. Somehow
Yeah.
it is reading the value into this variable, correct?
Yes.
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 Now the program is triggered and all this entire program will be executed, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So when it is loading the driver class into memory, it is creating a connection to the database. It created a statement object. Then the query will be constructed, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what is the logic I have written here for constructing the query? This is the logic I have written, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
This is the logic I have written to construct the query. What are the value used and entered on the screen? That value will come here, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
How the query will be constructed here now? So this value will come here. Agreed or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
In place
So
of
it's a
EM.
string. It's a string, so it will
In
come in double
place of.
quotes. So this is the EMP name that a user entered on the screen.
Yes.
Now, what is the total query that is constructed now? So this string is concatenated with this string plus this string is concatenated. Total these three strings are concatenated. That is the final query, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell me what is the final query? Tell me now.
Delete
Select.
employee.
Delete.
Delete from employee.
Uh, Divya, I wanted you to talk.
Okay.
Delete from employee.
Where EMP name.
Mm.
Where EMP name equal to ERTY.
Here EMP name equal to there's a single code here. Did you observe here?
Yeah, single quote and double quotes.
See, this is a string, Divya. This is a string. This, for example, if I tell you ABC plus DEF, these two strings, if I put it in string S is equal to what is the if I print sys out S, what is the output I'll get?
ABC
ABC.
DEF. ABC DEF.
Will you get the double quotes?
No.
Then why are you telling double quotes here?
Oh,
You're
sorry.
concatenating this particular string with this particular string. Then
Yeah,
you get
yes.
a concatenated string, correct?
Yes, sorry.
Tell me, what will I get now?
ERTY or ABC
After ERTY, what is there?
or Ramji.
Before or?
Before our single quotes is there.
I did not tell that. Single quote.
Okay. Single quote or ABC
Single quote ABC.
equal to,
There is one more single quote here, correct?
yeah, one more single quote equal to ABC.
ABC. What else? It is now it is concatenated with this, right?
Yes.
So what will I get?
Plus,
Why will you get plus? You're concatenating, right? Okay, fine. Plus, tell me now. This is what you have, correct?
yeah, we have.
So now this is concatenated with this single quote, correct?
Yes.
Are you understanding or not? This
Yeah,
string,
I'm understanding, but
this particular
last.
string, hold on. This particular string is concatenated with this particular string. Then you got the concatenated string. Then the
Total.
concatenated string is concatenated with another string, correct?
Yes.
So finally, you'll get the query like this. Will everyone agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Ramji.
So this is the query that is constructed.
Yeah.
This is the final query. This is the string query equal to this is the query that is constructed.
String query.
Correct? Now
Yes.
I'm sending this query to database for execution, correct?
Yes.
I'm sending this query to database for execution. Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
So when I send this query to database, what will happen? This query.
Like ERTY with the name ERTY and
Hold
ABC.
on. Yeah, this is the query I'm sending to database for execution, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Tell me what will happen when I send this query, what database will check? Database will go to the first record. What is the first record? Select star from employee. So these are the two records in the database. Now when you go to the first record, when I send this query to database will go and check the first record. It will check whether the EMP name equal to ERTY. Yes, EMP name equal to ERTY. Condition is satisfied. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
It will delete this record. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
It will go to the second record. It will check whether EMP name equal to ERTY. EMP name equal to ERTY.
No.
No.
This condition is not satisfied. Correct?
No.
But
Yes.
But it will check our condition. There is one more condition he gave. Either this should be true or this should be true. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Is ABC equal to ABC?
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously, ABC equal to ABC. Correct?
Yes.
So the condition is satisfied. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm deleting. Then as the second condition is satisfied, of course, first condition is not satisfied, but the second condition is satisfied. So it will delete this record also.
Yes.
Agreed?
Yes.
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 So now what is happening here? I'm deleting. For example, there are 100 records in the table. For example, there are 100 records in the table. Every record gets deleted because ABC equal to ABC is true for every record, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every record gets deleted. It means there is a problem with your code. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So user is entering the whatever the user enters, whatever the EMP name user enters, you have to delete that record. But you're deleting every record. How it is happening? Because the hacker who is hacking your website, what he did is, he entered he opened your website, and he gave the value like this. He gave the value like this. What are the value I told you? This is how he gave the value, correct?
Okay.
So with this, because he know already one employee who is working in that company, he already know one employee who is working in that company, and he know the employee name as ERTY. So he entered ERTY, and he also entered R ABC equal to ABC, something like this, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because user can enter any value, correct?
Yes.
So the hacker is entering the value like this. When the hacker enters the value like this, he is deleting the entire data from the database, which is a very dangerous situation, right? Because you
Yes.
lose all the data. I already told you the importance of data, correct?
Yes.
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 I already told you the importance of data. You cannot afford to lose the data, agreed?
Yes.
So some hacker is hacking your database because of the bad coding you are writing, correct?
Yeah.
Because of the bad code that you have written, your application can be easily hacked and is deleting the entire data from the database. Did you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Yes.
So because this is how you have written the program. So this is how you have written the program, right? So delete from employee where EMP name equal to what are the value user is giving, you're just appending that value here, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you have written the program in this way, it is a very bad programming. Because of this, the hacker is able to hack your data from the database. I mean, not hacking, he's deleting the entire data. He's keeping your company in a difficult situation because the company is losing the data, correct? Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what he is exactly doing? So, actually, the query written, what is the query you wrote? You wrote the query delete from employee where EMP name equal to whatever the name entered by the user, correct?
Okay.
But the hacker is changing your intention. He's changing your intention. He's changing your SQL query. Whatever the query you wrote, the other guy came and changing your query from the UI. Correct?
Yes.
From the
Yes.
front end, he's entering the name. He's entering some data. He's entering some input, and he's changing the entire query that you have written. Someone is modifying your program. Some hacker is modifying your program. Correct?
Yeah.
Your intention is to delete only where employee name equal to what are the employee name given, but he's adding extra condition or ABC equal to ABC, correct? It means he's changing your intention. The hacker is injecting his own query into the program, correct?
Yeah.
He's modifying your query. He's injecting his own query. Agreed or not?
Yes.
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 The hacker is injecting his own query into the program because you gave the room for him. You gave the room for him to inject his own query into the program. You should not allow the hacker to inject his own query, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because of the bad programming that we have written, the hacker is able to inject his own query into the program, and he is modifying your query. He's changing the intention. He's changing your intention because your intention is to delete only one particular employee with the employee name, but he's changing your intention. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's able to delete the entire
Yes.
data. Agreed or not? Because he's
Yes.
modifying
Yes.
the query. So we should be ashamed of ourselves because someone is modifying our program. Whatever the program I wrote, some guy came and modified my program, correct? He's able to hack my program. Agreed or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this kind of hacking is called SQL injection. This kind of hacking is called SQL injection. Because the hacker is injecting his own SQL query into the program. He is injecting his own SQL query, correct?
Okay.
He is
Yeah.
Yes.
modifying your query and he is injecting his own query and he is changing the entire program logic, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed, everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So SQL injection is a kind of attack. The hackers will attack your application. The hackers will attack your application by by injecting their own queries by using the SQL injection techniques. They will inject their own SQL queries. Getting it?
Yes.
You are a bad programmer. Definitely, you are giving a room for the hacker to inject his own SQL query into your program. So we should not allow this SQL injection to happen. Correct?
Yeah.
We should not allow
Yes.
this SQL injection to happen. So it means we have to improve our program. Agreed or not?
Yes.
Yes.
So what I'll do is to avoid the SQL injection. To avoid the SQL injection, what I'll do is instead of creating a statement object, I will create prepare. I'll call the prepare statement. Connection dot prepare statement. Instead of calling connection dot create statement, I'll call connection dot prepare statement, and I'll supply the query here. I'll write the query first. Hold on. I'll write the query first. Delete from employee emp name equal to question mark. I'll not give the value. This is the query I have written. So this is a placeholder. This question mark is a placeholder. Okay, I'll tell you what is this question mark. Don't worry. Now I construct the query like this: delete from employee where emp name equal to question mark. Okay.
Okay.
No.
So now I will supply this query to this prepare statement, connection dot prepare statement,
Yeah.
and I'll call just statement dot execute update. So this prepare statement this method will accept one string argument, and it returns a prepared statement object. It will not return the statement object. It will return the prepared statement object. Getting it?
Yeah.
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 As that object in a prepared statement. So, so there's a predefined class called connection. Inside that class, there are so many methods. There's a method called create statement. There's a method called prepare statement. Correct?
Yes.
I think the connection class is a predefined class. I did not write this class. Agreed?
Yes.
Yes.
So this class has so many methods. There's a method called create statement. So you can call this method by creating the object of this class. By creating the object of this class, you can call this method connection object dot create statement. Correct? That's
Yes.
earlier. I created a connection object, and I'm using the connection object. I'm calling the create statement. Correct?
Yeah.
So similarly, I can call connection dot prepare statement also. Getting it? This connection statement, this create statement will return the statement object. The return type is statement. The prepare statement will return the prepared statement object. Getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm calling connection.prepare statement, and prepare statement is a one argument method. You can pass the string argument, but create statement is a zero argument method. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I pass the query here. I pass the connection.prepare statement and pass the query here. Then I'll get the prepared statement object. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any question here?
No.
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 Okay. So now now this stmt variable is having a prepared statement object. In the prepared statement class also you have a execute update method. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am calling the execute update method on the prepared statement object because prepared statement class also has execute update method. Statement class also has execute update. Prepared statement class also has a execute update. Getting it?
Yes.
But it's a
Yeah.
zero
Yeah.
argument method. It's a zero argument method, not a one argument method.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
here I set the statement dot execute update. I pass the query here. Correct? That's a one argument method in
Yes.
the statement class. But
Yes.
in the prepared
Yes.
statement class, it's a zero argument method. Any questions here?
No.
No.
So this is how I modified the program. So what is the advantage I'm getting with this? Listen carefully. So instead of creating a statement object, I'm creating a prepared statement object. Instead of creating a statement object, I'm creating a prepared statement object, and I'm executing the query by using the prepared statement object, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not executing using a statement object. I'm executing using the prepared statement object, agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Calling the execute update method and calling the execute update method on the prepared statement object, because HTMT is a variable of type prepared statement, correct?
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the advantage I'm getting here? So the advantage with the prepared statement is nothing but is pre-compiled statement. So whenever you call connection.prepare statement method, there is a logic inside this method. There is a logic inside this method to send the query. Whatever the query you send to this method, it will send the query to database and it will compile the query in the database. The query is compiled now. The query is compiled. The compilation is done. Getting it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you now the prepared statement object as a compiled query. Prepared statement object as a compiled query, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there is a logic inside this method to send the query to the database and compile the query. Database compile the query. Now prepared statement object as a compiled query. The query is already compiled. Now only step is pending is execution, right? I told that every query will be compiled first, then it will be executed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So the use of the prepared statement is it will compile the query first. Now the query is compiled already. Now what you can do is you can call the statement dot set string 1 comma emp name. So the meaning of this is 1 means that is the first placeholder. That is the first placeholder in the query. So you are setting the value for the first placeholder as a emp name. So in this placeholder, you are setting this value, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You are setting the value in this particular placeholder. Agreed?
Yeah.
So now you are sending for execution. Already query is compiled. Query is already compiled. So now
Yeah.
database knows what is this query. Database knows that, oh, delete from employee where emp name equal to what are the value that is supplied. That's all. What are the value that is supplied? Getting it?
Yes.
It will not compile the query again because the query is already compiled. Query is already compiled. Now you are sending the query for execution by calling this method and you are setting the value in the placeholder is emp name, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the query will be sent like this: delete from employee where emp name equal to, correct? emp name equal to erty or abc equal to abc, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
When I set the query like this, what will happen? The database will understand it as this entire thing as a value because the query is already compiled. Delete from employee where emp name equal to this entire thing, it will take it as a value. It will not take it as another query again. It is not compiling the query again, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because the query is already compiled. Now this entire thing is taken as a value. Do you have any value like this in the employee table?
No.
No.
You have a value called ERTY, but you don't have a value called ERTY or ABC equal to ABC. There is no record in the employee table with this value, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So no records will be deleted now. Getting it? Because we already compiled it. Now the database knows what is this query about. There is only one query called where emp name equal to. That's all. Now you are sending the value for execution. You're substituting the value in the placeholder. In the one means the first placeholder. In the first placeholder, you're setting the value. On the statement object, you're calling set string. Why you're calling set string? Because emp name is a varchar2, correct?
Yes.
That's why you're calling the set string. You're setting the value in this column, value in this particular column, correct?
Yeah.
So in the first placeholder, you're setting this value. So now you're sending for execution. So database already compiled it. It will not compile it again. Because it's already compiled. Database knows what is that query about. It is delete from employee where emp name equal to. That's all. Where emp name equal to. Now, whatever the value is supplied, it will consider that as a value. It will not consider it as another query. It will not compile the query again. Correct?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
It will not consider this as a R query. This entire thing is taken as a value. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is everyone understanding what I'm saying?
Yes,
Yes.
Ramji.
Yes.
So by using prepared statements, I can avoid the SQL injection. Agreed or not?
Yes.
But if
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't use a prepared statement, if I don't use a prepared statement, if I simply use connection dot create statement, if I use a statement, if I use a statement object instead of prepared statement object, it's a zero argument method, right?
Yes.
Connection dot create statement. I'll get the statement object here.
Statement.
Correct?
Yeah. Again, it will compile and then.
So now I'm giving statement dot execute update of query here. If I write the program like this, correct? And if I give where emp name equal to single quote plus emp name plus single quote, correct? If I give like this, now when you create a statement object, the query is not, you did not send any query, right? You did not send any query to database, agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
So only statement object is created. Now you are calling the execute update and sending the query. So now this entire query will be compiled and then it will be executed. So the query, so because the query already the query is constructed, right? This
Yeah.
emp name is replaced with this value, correct?
Yeah.
So this
And
entire query
Yes.
will be compiled and then it will be executed, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So when I call this execute update and send this entire query, the entire query will be compiled. Now database understands it as a R query, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So if you are using a statement object, then there is a possibility of SQL injection, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
But if you are using a prepared statement object, you are pre-compiling the statement, you are pre-compiling the query. Query is already pre-compiled. Now you are just sending the values to the database and asking the database to execute it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The database will consider it as a value. The entire thing as a value. There is no such value in the database. No records will be deleted. Did everyone understand the difference between statement
Yes.
object and prepared statement object?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ramji.
Okay.
Kathy, did you understand that?
Yes.
Varlakshmi?
Yes, Ramji.
Savanti, are you still there or you're not there? Savanti. Okay, Divya?
Yes, Ramji.
Yes.
Campbell?
Yeah.
So, by using the prepared statements, I am avoiding the SQL injection. This
Yes.
is a very important interview question. They will ask you what is a SQL injection. Then you have to tell them that if I use a statement object in the program, then the users can inject their own queries into the program, and they can steal the data from the database. They can delete the data from the database. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I should not allow the users to inject their own SQL queries. For example, you have to tell them that if they ask you what is SQL injection, you have to tell them that. For example, if you're using a statement object in your program, and if you're constructing the query based on the user's input, if you're constructing the query, then it is a problem, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
If you're not constructing the query based on the user's input, statement object is fine. I don't have any problem with the statement object. If you're not constructing the query based on the user's input, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
Yes.
only problem you will get with statement object is if you are constructing the query based on the user's input, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are constructing the query based on the user's input, then there is a chance of SQL injection. But if you are not constructing the query based on the user's input, then there is no chance of SQL injection, even if you use the statement object.
Yes.
So right now you are constructing the query based on the user's input, correct?
Yeah.
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 That's why there is a chance of SQL injection because you are using the statement object. But if you use a prepared statement, Okay, then there is no chance of SQL injection even if you take the input from the user.
Yes.
Even if you take the input from the user. So this is how you have to avoid the SQL injection by using the prepared statements. Okay.
Yes.
So, for example, if I want to delete from employee where EMP name equal to this and salary equal to this, I want to give two inputs on the screen. I'm entering the employee name and I'm entering the salary and clicking on delete. Now, whichever the records having this employee name and this salary, that record has to be deleted. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm taking two inputs from the user. So this is the first placeholder and this is the second placeholder. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm taking two inputs from user. So string salary int salary equal to, so maybe what are the user entered as input 2000. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you are constructing the query based on the user's input. What are the user entered? Where EMP name equal to first placeholder, where salary equal to second placeholder. And this is pre-compiled now. The query is sent for compilation. The compilation is done now. Now you are setting the values in the placeholder. So in the EMP name value in the first placeholder, you set the whatever the value present in this EMP name. That value you set in the first placeholder. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Now in the second placeholder, statement dot set int, because salary is a number, right? So I'll call the set int.
Yes.
What is that string? So I'll second placeholder, I'll pass this salary. What is the value user entered? Correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
This is how you have to send. Now you set the values in the query. Now you are sending the query for execution. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The query is already compiled. Now it will just execute. That's all. It will not compile again. Agreed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
If the user enters the correct values, then the record will be deleted. If the user enters some invalid values, the record no records will be deleted. Correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So did you understand the previous statement?
Yes, Ramji.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
Ramji.
So if you want to execute the queries, you can create a statement object or you can create a prepared statement object. That is your wish. That depends on the scenario. If you are constructing the queries based on the user's input, I will suggest you to use the prepared statement. But if you are not constructing the query based on the user's input, you can go for statement object. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you use a prepared statement, what is the advantage? You can avoid the SQL injection. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Someone asks you what is a SQL injection, it means the user is injecting his own SQL query into the program, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Because of
Yes.
the loophole that is there in your program, because of the loophole that is there in your program. Agreed? There is some
Yes.
problem. There is some problem in your program. That's the reason the user is able to inject the SQL query. It's a bad programming, correct?
Yes.
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 So you should not allow the users to inject their own queries into your program, and they are taking control on the database, correct? We should not allow the users to take control in the database. Your program should control the database, correct?
Yes.
Getting it?
Yes.
Yes.
So that's all about prepare statement. And with this, I'm stopping the JDBC classes. And from tomorrow, I'll start Hibernate. And the
Okay.
target is to complete Hibernate in the next week. We need at least 12 to 14 classes. 12 to 14 classes. 1 week, 7 into 2, 14. At least 12 classes. And I'm expecting everyone don't take any breaks in between.
Okay, Ramji.
Next 1 week is
Okay.
important. 7 into 2, 14 classes. I want to complete Hibernate in the next week.
Okay, Ramji.
Okay.
Okay,
Ramji.
Ramji.
If you take a break, I definitely that will be extended to next week again. I don't want to happen that.
Okay.
Sometimes the things will not be in my control. Then I have to give a break. So in that case, I can't do anything. As much as possible, I'll try to take the classes. But if the things are not in my control, so then I have to take a break. Getting it?
Okay, Ramji.
Yes.
But from your side, make sure that you're attending the classes regularly, and let's complete Hibernate in the next week.
Okay, Ramji.
Okay, Ramji.
Ramji.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone. And if possible, I want everyone to go through the collections videos once. In the Java, core Java, I told about the collections, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Store
Yes.
the data in the list and how to retrieve the data from the list, how to store the data in the set and how to retrieve the data from the set. because I will use the at least list and set by tomorrow evening. Okay,
Okay.
tomorrow morning I'll give you introduction to Hibernate. Okay, but at least by tomorrow evening, if you people can go through the list and set once again, it will be easy for me to explain the Hibernate classes.
Okay.
Okay, Ram.
Yeah, bye everyone.
Hey, Ramji, class?
Yeah, tomorrow let's have class at 8:30. So from tomorrow it's a regular time. Every day we'll have a class at 8:30 for the next 1 week.
Okay.
I need
Okay.
not tell I need not tell anything from tomorrow. It's by default it's 8:30 in the morning for the next 1 week.
Okay.
In case of any changes, I'll let you know. But if I didn't mention you, it means it's 8:30 by default.
Okay.
Okay, Ram.
Any problem, Varalakshmi?
No, if like, I think it's fine. Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, please try to make it, okay? Don't miss the classes. You have to attend the classes from beginning.
Yeah, sure, Ramji.
Okay. Bye. Bye everyone.